Now that you've shuffled the 3 piles, which pile of tarot cards do you want me to do the reading from?
Let's go with the middle.
Okay, we'll do the middle pile. I'm going to do a past, present, future spread, and that encompasses 2 cards for the past, 2 for the present, 2 for the future. But I also lay out a card that's an identifier. Tells us what you're doing now, who you are, kind of an indicator maybe of what you have to do in your life, probably over the next 6 months. The first 2 cards represent the past. And since we are working on your financial success, as a question, we'll take a look. Each step of the way should be able to show us where you're going, what is beginning to happen in the financial field for you, and it'll also indicate how we can better help you and assist you. The identifier card is about you. This is who you are. It can be the end of the spread. It can be the beginning of the spread. Foundation and achievements. This is the knowing. The 4 is the number of not only success on earth, but balance on earth. So the indicator here is that you start with a positive foundation and you end with achievement. So they're already dedicating this spread to victory or triumph. So you already have a very good indication of, I get the home, I have the family, I have everything that I need in life. This is already being told to you that you have that possibility. When we go to the past, we're looking for trends, we're looking for indicators that may still be working through you success-wise and wisdom-wise that shall assist you now, today, in your personal success. Sacrifice. We'll often see this card, which is really Pele of Hawaii, in the beginning of a spread. I did the hard work, I gave up what I needed to give up until we reached the Pacific, which is kind of interesting because Pele represents the Pacific, the West Coast, so it could be an indication of where you were going all along. It could be an indication that great business or great rewards come to you and your family from the Pacific, meaning anything bordering it. Could be companies on the Pacific. It's an indicator of where you're going. The second card in the past often represents, how did I take it into the present? What was my final step before everything moved there? Well, this is a very interesting one. Conflict and defeat is about, as far as I'm concerned, has a lot to do with trial and error. You always look at these cards in context to your question. Okay, this is not a, oh, it's all over, I can't move on kind of card. It's a card that indicates that it was trial and error. I tried things, they worked, they didn't work, because both these cards are big indicators of a lot of hard work, not always the kind of payoffs I wanted in the present. Looking at this card, because you have to look at all the cards in the spread, you realize that the conflicts that you went through, the difficulties, maybe the jobs lost, have added to your success. That they've made you a stronger person, a more resilient person. We go to the present, which probably for this spread talks to you the most about what you have to do in the next 6 to 9 months. The first present card has to do with the base chakra. The base chakra is the foundation. In the chakra systems, the energy portals of the body, it refers to your ability to work from the bottom up, meaning, everything I've learned, everything I want to become, so it can become very, very successful. The red nature of this color indicates an earthiness, but what it's saying to you in this spread is stay with your foundation, stay with what you know. Probably not a lot of fancy footwork is necessary in the work you're doing now, okay? The other card, wow, you've got 2 chakra cards. There are, of course, the 7 chakra cards in the deck that become very, very important. And what is very interesting, this is the bottom, this is the top. Again, right underneath the foundation and achievement card, you have, I do it from the bottom to the top, not the top to the bottom. I don't go backwards, I go forwards. I have the possibility that there are 7 chakras. You've got the beginning, you've got the end. You've learned how to achieve. You've learned how to do your work right. You don't miss steps. you're thorough. The possibility of attaining at every level is right here for you. This usually indicates that the next, certainly next 14 months, you should achieve probably at a B, A minus kind of level. So you're doing fine. The fact that these two end up underneath foundation and achievement, so they actually all say the same thing together. So it's really wonderful. The future cards may represent steps that you want to take next, or what is the next step? You know, is it education? You know, is it a different kind of achievement for me? This is interesting. The passion card comes in for many different reasons. It's a one card, so it represents something very unique to you, very important to you. Passion ignited could be a new form of, or a new modality of what you do. It could be, you know, that you fall totally in love with your work in a very different way. Usually it indicates education. I've got new training, new education, new insight, and I get it. So you're definitely growing. You're definitely moving forward. And I would think in late February, you could be taking classes or a new form of class that could be extremely important, okay, to your work and to your growth. This is interesting to end with this. Now, you know, I happen to like this card. It's a 4 card, and I want to point out that it's leading to a 4 card. That has to do with, you know, I get to this place where I need to move on. You know, it's still in the system. I move on because I get discontented, because I need new things to look forward to. Okay, and you know, there's nothing not green or positive about this card. You know, you can see the kingdom that he longs for, and you can see that he's in a kingdom now, which means you're not leading to loss, it leads to gain. But, you know, don't bore me, don't make me feel like I'm not achieving, because it becomes very difficult for you not to achieve. And what does it lead to? Achievement, success. It's a very positive spread. There are no negative cards in a tarot deck. There's never anything that is negative to be said. But you always have to put it in context to who you are and where you're going. So that's something I would point out. And it's interesting, they also, Higher Self asked for 3 more cards. Power, you've got the power. They said that the first card would indicate what you have to do in order to move forward. You need to retain your power, you need to retain it in the body, and you need to retain it in the mind spirit. Seems to be something you can do. I didn't see any kind of indication otherwise. Momentum requires patience now. And I would say, because that's a spring card, that it might be extremely important that you realize between now and April, you're learning the process of change requires patience. And from all these cards, I see no worry whatsoever. You got it. You've got the foundation you need to move forward. Again, you know, you've got 3 foundation cards, 4 foundation cards, which in this spread indicate everything that you need is there. You've got the strength. You're beginning again, probably in the late fall, early winter. So any classes you want to take after December might be real smart.